With Void 3.0, the old bottom tree Night Stalker Hunter subclass got nuked, and the super was completely reworked, which left me with a burning question. What does that mean for Star Eater scales? This video will break down whether Star Eater scales is worth slotting on instead of the also reworked Orpheus rig exotic boots, how the damage numbers compare, and the pros and cons of using these exotics. Let's get straight to it, peeps. Orpheus rig's sole purpose when interacting with the Mobius Quiver super is quite simple. It grants it an additional shot, granting free super bursts. It's a go-to for most Void 3.0 Hunter builds due to its ease of use and lack of setup required. It excels mainly at keeping bosses tethered, inflicting massive burst damage, and very useful against tanky combatants. Star Eater scales, on the other hand, can be a bit of a pain in the ass to use. Once your super is fully charged, picking up Orbs of Power grants you stacks of Feast of Light that max out at 8 stacks. Unleash your super to do substantially more damage depending on how many stacks you have. Now, unless you are running Siphon mods or running with a team that are, and generating orbs for you, it's a little bit of a pain to get set up in order to use the exotic perk, but it does outdamage Orpheus rig. So, the ultimate burning question is, which should you use? Utilising the friendly ogre in the Grasp of Avarice dungeon, I did some testing. On a head-to-head basis, Orpheus rig, with a weaken effect already applied, in this case, the smoke bomb, the total damage after hitting all 9 tethers equated to around 375,000. Quite substantial. On the other hand, however, with Star Eater scales at times 8 stacks of Feast of Light, with the smoke bomb weaken effect already applied, the damage surpasses Orpheus with a total of 423,000, which is a difference of just under 50,000 damage. So damage number wise, Star Eaters are the clear winner here, but it's not a reliable option for harder content. Imagine you are playing Gambit and fighting the Primeval, you have 8 stacks of Feast, and an invader Galahorns you. You've just lost your stacks, and have been reduced to your miserable tears. The same thing applies to any champion heavy content above master level. This is where Orpheus rigs excels, as you just use it off the bat, and not have to worry about building up after gaining on super. So in summary, both exotics are solid options. Star Eaters do have a setup required that, if you die, you would have to start over, whereas Orpheus is a much safer option. Not to mention, you are forced to use orb generating builds for Star Eaters to work, or have a fire team that does that for you. Personally, I don't really have a preference, but I'm more inclined towards Star Eaters, solely due to the fact that my base Void 3.0 build utilises siphons for orb generation, but sound off in the comments. Was this information useful at all? Let me know. Drop a like also and subscribe if you found this useful. If you haven't given Star Eaters a try, now would be the good time to do so. This was just a brief video. I'm conscious the season is about to conclude and new stuff is around the corner, so we will visit some new builds in Season 17. This was Plasma Alchemist. Your viewership is much appreciated. Until next time.